Welcome to another episode of the Movie Brothers. I'm Ant. This is Kev. Do not attempt to adjust your screen. Yes, you got two black guys here reviewing movies.
And yes, we are that strikingly handsome.
That too. Hey, y'all. Thank you for tuning in once again. We got a great show for you. We are reviewing the film McFarland USA for you. It's rated PG, has a runtime of 2 hours and 9 minutes. This is a drama slash sport film, I guess you could say here. In it, we have Kevin Costner playing a coach who starts a cross-country team in a small farming town, McFarland, California, and turns it into a powerhouse.
This movie was directed by Nicky Caro, who brought us the underappreciated, I think, Whale Rider about 10 years or so ago, which starred Keisha Castle-Hughes. This film stars Kevin Costner, as Ann already alluded to, Maria Bello, and Diana Maria Riva.
Yes.
Why do you say we chop it up a little bit?
Man, let's get into it, Kev. Y'all, I gotta be honest. I was kind of mixed emotions going into this film. I'm an avid distance runner and ran cross country in high school and track and all that stuff. So from that aspect and seeing the, knowing that this is about cross country, I was all over that. Yeah. On the other half, coming off of Black or White.
I was say, I'm not an avid cross country guy, but as an avid movie guy, I saw Black or White. Okay, and that's what really kind of...
Yeah, so it's like, what we got going on here? But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. This film is about the life of a coach, a real life person, Jim White, who, this is a guy who kind of had a checkered past in terms of his coaching experiences and it kind of bounced around from school district to school district. He finally ends up in McFarland, California, which is kind of really his last stop to get it right. This school doesn't have a cross-country team or track team or anything.
And really doesn't have resources, doesn't have much of anything.
Yeah.
It's a low economic
Absolutely, yeah. They don't have a lot of income, so, this is no big, fancy program or anything like that going on. And not to mention, he doesn't even have any coaching experience from track or cross country standpoint.
No, he was a football coach.
He was a football coach. I think what we have here is a solid pick for the entire family. And Kevin and I are going to touch on a lot of different things of why that's the case, but I think we got something here.
First and foremost, this is not a story that we're unfamiliar with. Okay, anybody who's seen Remember the Titans or Dangerous Minds or any number of films of that ilk has seen films where some coach comes in and brings all the minorities together and teaches them how to operate as a team. But where this movie excels is that it separates itself from the pack in the telling of the story. Okay, in the heart and the soul that it brings to it. That's what makes it so much more intriguing than some of those other films.
Yeah, no, I have to totally agree with you. It is not that at all of some of those past films that you've mentioned, Kev. What we do have here is this film that really kind of peels back the layers of what makes a community.
Right.
Okay, and there's so many aspects that go into that, and especially when you talk about the people that live in the community and the public servants. From an education standpoint, teachers, coaches.
It's timely. It's in the news right now.
Yeah, it's in the news. So what we don't have, which is great, this person coming into this community to just save everybody like Superman. They're perfect. Because that's not reality anyway.
Right.
Everybody has something to contribute, and I think you get that. You have Jim White coming into this town, and as much as he's giving these kids, the community, the kids, their families are giving something back to him as well, and I think that more accurately represents reality.
Yeah, there are valuable lessons that he has to learn as an educator coming into this experience, and he does this movie does a good job of showing that. Right,
because what we talk about of what's going on currently in the news, and you have cops killing kids and killing people on the street and stuff like that. There's no connection.
Right.
You don't know anybody. So here I'm a cop driving around. I don't know these kids on the street.
Exactly.
And so and I'm scared.
Yeah.
So any little thing, I'm willing to pull a trigger.
Exactly.
Versus back in the day, you had a cop walking the beat.
Well, they got a chance to know the community that they were servicing.
They knew the community. So little Chris acting a fool, you could pull his collar and pull him aside and check him, or call his parents because you went to school with him,
right,
and address it accordingly.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. It takes a village. So we see Jim White really begin to him and his family plug into this community because they actually care, and people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Well said.
And I love that about this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie was an unexpected gem for me. What it may lack in originality, it more than makes up for it in heart and soul. It is predictable. It is formulaic, but at the same time, its execution is right on point and allows you to really get into the midst of this community and this team to where you feel like you are a part of it and you are actually invested in watching these kids go from where they are to where they ultimately get to. And I love the way it showed at the very end where these kids are today.
Oh yeah, that was great.
And I mean, this guy really had, you know, he had an impact on their lives, and so that's really good to see. And like you said, we saw Black or White. Okay,
right.
Kevin Costner shows up in this one. Okay, he showed up in the last one, but you know, I really thought he brought the acting chops for this particular role.
Acting was solid all the way around for me, for the entire cast. I mean, Costner came in and you know, did his thing. It was on point. Maria Bello, who plays his wife in the film, who I mean, I've never seen her do anything bad. She's a great actress.
Oh, she's solid,
and she's beautiful, by the way. And so I loved her in this film. And then honorable mention to Diana Maria Riva, who plays the mother of one of the kids on the cross country team. She did a wonderful job too. Yeah, no complaints there at all.
In a role that could have been nothing more than, you know, trash talking, matriarch, you know,
assassin.
Assassin. In fact, you know, she doesn't do all of that. I mean, she does to a certain extent, but she doesn't overdo it.
No,
okay?
no, it flows nicely.
Yeah. This is the Costner that I wanted to see in Black or White. We keep bringing that up, but this is the Kevin Costner that I wanted to see in that movie. I wanted him to show that the same degree of emotion and pathos in that movie that he shows in this movie. I've loved Maria Bello since what was that movie with?
History of Violence.
Yeah, History of Violence with Ed Harris. I've loved her
go
since
see that, by the way, if you haven't.
Check
Very
that
good
one
movie.
out, definitely. But the acting is top notch. As far as the directing is concerned, I mean, Nikki does a good job behind the camera. The cinematography is well done. There's nothing really that's going to stretch her outside of her abilities or cause her to have to do more than what she's capable of. You know, you're showing basically kids running. Okay,
Yeah.
There's nothing really, you know, spectacular that needs to be video or caught on film here. But she does a good job, you know, with the acting and making sure that everything comes together cohesively. So I thought she did a really good job.
Yeah, and I thought the cross-country scenes were very accurate, which I could appreciate too, because I mean, if you have ever run cross-country before, maybe the small percentage of you
Which
that
I have not.
But I've done my share of it, you feel like you're out there on the cross-country course, so I could appreciate
after 40 yards.
that too.
I can run a 40 real quick, but after 40, I'm pretty much useless.
So what you're saying is, Kev, the zombies would catch you?
Over time, yes. Over time.
So I would keep you with me so that I let them get you so I can get away. But what you say, man? You think we could throw some points on this?
Let's go ahead and do it.
Hey, all in all, y'all, for me, this film is solid. I think it's a great film, again, that you should take the entire family to see. Watching it really made me reflect on my, you know, experiences in dealing with coaches and stuff like that. It made me long for those days of old when coaches actually cared and you know, really put time into the craft of what they were doing. They weren't some teacher that just said I can get an extra check if I coach cross country or basketball or whatever it may be.
And then half-ass go and coach it. So
yeah, exactly. So really love that piece of it. The movie is long for me at 2 hours and 9 minutes, and a little kind of drags in places. But other than that, I enjoyed it. I give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. And editing could have been a little tighter in certain places, but overall, this movie is very well put together. I think that Nikki Caro does a really solid job exemplifying what the what this Hispanic community really means to the fabric of this country. It shows them hardworking, doing exactly what they need to do to take care of their families. They put family first, and their community comes first, and that is very much exemplified in every single frame of this film. I really enjoyed this movie, and I give this movie an 8 out of 10.
All right, Kev.
Yes,
Nice,
sir.
nice.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Well, there you have it. That's our show, for you today. Be sure to like us on Facebook.
Or follow us on Twitter at The Movie Brothers.
Yes, and make sure you subscribe to this channel and spread the word. Don't hoard all this good stuff for yourself, right? That's selfish.
Just too much love to go around.
So, hey, I am Ant. This is Kev. We are the Movie Brothers, and this is the place, the one and only place where we bring you nothing but the real on the real. Peace.